Alright. Yeah, it's actually very fitting for me to play that shit because good old Machiavelli has told me about how Capcom is actually getting a lot of flack for their comment about how they feel about the classic Resident Evil trilogy, and honestly, I don't blame the fans. Actually, you know what? I fucking do, because these are the same idiots, yes, idiots, who bought into the hype saying that Resident Evil 4 is a game that should never need a remake, and yet they suck it up anyway. I know you just said that it's about the original Resident Evil trilogy, and I kind of brought up Resident Evil 4, but I don't really fucking care, to be honest. These people are just gonna be mad at Capcom until they actually release Resident Evil 9 or whatever, and people will fucking brush this under the rug. The only advice I'll really give, to be honest, is just make sure you have a permanent license, failsafe, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for the good versions of Resident Evil. That's all I'm gonna really say about that, honestly. Like, if I were to say what I wanted to say, I could probably be banned, so I'm not gonna really get into that. Maybe I will later, but I'm just like, these people who keep defending Capcom, I wonder what their fucking excuse is now, when even they don't like the fucking games that they made. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, I will actually be doing other shit for once, because I don't want to be a Rockstar channel, which honestly I'm not even really close to that. It's just I have to play the online games. I have to stop being a fucking shut-in maggot who only plays single-player games, even though I'm technically playing a multiplayer game, but whatever. I'm not gonna really get into that. But anyway, I'm just very quickly getting my supplies necessary for the rest of the Kyle preps again. I'm actually gonna do some other shit. I keep getting fucking tequila, so I don't know what's up with that. It must be Rockstar's shitty design, I guess, but whatever. I'm also mainly trying to burn time for the Acid Lab Cell mission, so that's also part of it. Also trying to build up the casino bank, as usual. But anyway, let me actually, just gonna check something very quick. I don't think there's much to check. Probably not. Yeah, not much to go on from there. Well. But yeah, I'll get this out of here in a second. Yeah, I'd have to pay, what's his face for the supplies. Oh, shit. Let's see. Okay. But anyway, I've seen some shit, to be honest, on YouTube as of late. I posted a community post from a channel that I don't really know of, but I just find the context of that piece, at least, to be pretty funny. about how people are mad about the Ghost of Yote character, I guess, and I guess people who don't like that character and her design are incels or something, and it's just really fucking retarded. Like, it's, I don't know why we're going back to basic, not even just basic, like, really shitty write-offs as to why people are actually upset about the fucking character. I'm personally more mad that Sucker Punch, of all developers, even if it's just in name only, have essentially done the thing that nobody likes, where they have a replacement for the protagonist, but it's just the worst kind of transition, and I'm not even trying to be funny about that. The worst type of transition, and yet it's just like, they can't even fathom the shit properly. I actually get this off the screen because I want to rant a little bit. I'm just doing other shit, actually. And I also need to get something to drink because I'm going to be doing this for a while. So I'll be back in a second. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's actually talk about some shit, I guess, while I do some shit before we actually get into things, I guess. I don't know if I actually went into Infinity Ward. I really don't care right now. Or, I'm sorry, Infinity Warfare, not Infinity Ward. Technically made by the same company, I guess, so tomato, tomato, potato, potato, whatever the fuck. Anyway, so this whole Ghost of Yote thing, oh shit, I forgot to see if the audio is actually proper. I don't want to fuck up like last time. Okay, it's proper. I really should have checked that. Retarded. Speaking of retarded, the whole Yote thing is just like, I don't know, it's... I haven't even gone for the first game. It technically was in the backlog because reasons, I guess. It is cool the game's on PC finally, but it really sucks that it requires a PlayStation account to play it or whatever, so I find it to be kind of annoying. Like, I bet you there's going to be people who still want Sony to go off their fucking asses and do a Bloodborne port on PC, like their own version or whatever. But then when people find out that even something like God of War 2018 has a PlayStation account requirement, are people still going to be wanting a fucking Bloodborne port on PC? I guess so. They don't even think of that, honestly. There'd be a bunch of games I'd love to be able to be released outside of their exclusivity shackles, but a good chunk of them are either lost code or essentially copyright hell. Like, a lot of the great wrestling games of old, they're not getting fucking remastered, ever. Unless they, like, completely neuter the fucking experience. Like, they would have to be, like, fucking polygons and shit, and even that might not be good enough. It'd have to be like that thing in Metal Gear Solid where whenever you use, like, a grenade or something, you, for, like, maybe, like, 1 or 2 frames, you see, like, the actual polygons and shit. They would have to have the game just show off of that, I guess. And even then, that might not be good enough. They also have to, like, get rid of, like, any and all references to wrestlers that are known to be pieces of shit. or whatever, it's just not worth the fucking legal problems. Like, if you already have your old copy and you're able to run something like PCSX2 or even RetroArch, I don't know if the RetroArch core lets you run PS2 games from the CD. I might have to try that, actually, whenever I get the chance. I know there's a computer I can use for that. But, like, if you still have your old fucking copies, you can still technically play with emulation. The only thing that's technically bound by the legal system is dumping your own BIOS. That's, like, the only major problem if you want to do things completely by the book. Like, there's really no shame in having a working copy of a game that you used to play back in the system and be able to access the commodity of emulators that people have made so that you can play it on there. And in addition to having the system that is essentially collecting dust, like, there do exist software that lets you dump that shit or whatever, or tools or whatever that let you do that, and you can still play the games that are essentially collecting fucking dust, but nobody thinks of that. So just cry that emulators are ripping everybody off, which is fucking retarded. Well, whatever. But this whole Ghost of Yotei thing just makes so fucking sense to me. Like, it's like when people dismiss actual criticism and it's just, oh, well, you don't like this character, you must be an incel. What? Like, I've heard of, like, cucked and pussy whipped, but, like, incel for not liking Ghost of Yotei's female lead design? I don't know, it's almost as if Sucker Punch used to make good games and they transitioned having a pretty decent protagonist in the first game and being on the sidelines of the second game. Shocker, I guess we can't complain about that. Otherwise it's just people being incels, which makes no fucking sense. Like, I can get that people do take the whole Stellarblade thing a little bit too far, in my opinion, because it's like, you have people who will legitimately talk nothing about the actual game, but just talk about the fucking fan service, which does annoy me. But I don't consider that to be the same thing as, like, calling people incels because they don't like a design or whatever. Like, I have my reasons for not liking or even having any interest in Stellarblade. Hell, I like the character designs in Unsighted more, honestly. I feel like the characters in Unsighted are more characters, I guess. It's just, they have designs and color palette choices and even expressions and attitudes that have that LGBT-friendly nature, I guess, except I haven't really gotten that far to notice it. But I guess there's some implications, but it's just your standard Amnesia-like story, I guess, or whatever. So, I don't know. Maybe it's in there, it's just you have to be, like, far in the game to essentially spell it out, I guess. I wouldn't say it's obvious pandering. Maybe just a little compared to, like, Goodbye Volcano High, where people got mad at the game for essentially having those sort of themes, but even after playing it for myself, and yes, I did fucking play Goodbye Volcano High, I didn't notice any of that. And I'm not talking about the fan game, I'm talking about the official product. The official product that does suck and is definitely overpriced for what it is. I think paying $30 for a visual novel with very little gameplay that you can't even replay is kind of insane. It's pretty shitty, honestly. I mainly enjoyed it because of the animations, but that's really about it. I thought the cutscenes are pretty okay, but, like, I can definitely see why people don't like the game. The ending was also really fucking terrible, too. It was a really shitty metaphor for the age, the land before time, there we go. It's the land before time metaphor, but in a Gen Z setting or whatever. It's really fucking stupid. It's not even interesting, honestly. But I don't know. It's I didn't get any forced pandering as of a lot of games, but it still has a lot of fucking problems. But whatever. If I do go through the game again, I gotta remember to like make actual save points at the parts of the game that are actually kind of interesting, which are the music events. It's like the only part of the game that was actually kind of cool. But I think I found out they can technically skip those, and it's like nothing bad ever happened, which I think is fucking stupid. It's funny because even games like LA Noire have that sort of thing, or they at least had it, or they cut it out at the last minute because it gets to be actually frustrating to carry out good cases, but you advance the story as if you actually were this world's greatest detective or whatever. Like, there was a clear punishment for fucking up, and yet you didn't have to do that. They would just turn it to completely optional mini missions that were mildly interesting at best. Which kind of sucks, to be honest. And no, it's not just because, oh my god, Eleanor isn't like Grand Theft Auto. No, it's just there's a clear fail state cutscene coded to the game, and yet you're not even punished for playing the game improperly. Maybe at worst, if you fuck up, you can like, I don't know. There's just so much weird shit with the way the game is designed, honestly. But whatever. Anyway, I think I've done everything I needed to do. So let's go ahead and just get right into the preps. Oh yeah, let me see if I don't know if I got the text from what. Oh yes, I did. Okay, let me go ahead and boost that shit. What do I think of Devore? I'm pretty sure I answered this last time, either in DMs or even in one of my other streams. I even like publicly archive. Yeah, publicly archive. Keep up the stuff of questions like that, and I'm pretty sure that was one of them. I even talked about it for a good while. That's okay. It happens. I just hope the actual game audio was proper at the time, but basically the idea of her essentially being the character that can get away with killing a lot of classic and likable characters is pretty dumb, but the fact that she does get her ass beat in one of the animated Mortal Kombat films at least kind of makes up for it. But that's really about it. But I think having her kill Melina was kind of pushing it. Like, okay, I can see it having it happen once, but with Scorpion, it definitely should have been Noob Saba to deal with the final blow. Even with the whole rebooted continuity or whatever, considering that I think it was Deception that essentially sealed the deal that Noob Saibot was the original Sub-Zero. Which is interesting, but it's just like, if they're going to go with that, then why not have him kill Scorpion? No, we're going to have Devore do it. Damn, that's tough. I like all of them, honestly. It's, I'm assuming you mean, like, gameplay or just from, like, story style. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I like all of them for gameplay, though. I will at least admit that they definitely did kind of neuter Goro in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, since there were a lot of moves that he had in the original that were not implemented. They didn't even give him a stomp, which is kind of weird. But he is really fun to use in Mortal Kombat 4, even though he's kind of broken, but the good type of broken, I guess. But oh, in general, I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide, to be honest. I can't really find one that I like the most or the least. The one thing I will say, though, is that I really hate how they made King Toro, and I know some people call him King Taro, but with the way that the original Shao Kahn voice actor calls him King Toro just sounds more interesting, in my opinion. I really hate how they made King Toro look like a giant cat-like character compared to his original design in Mortal Kombat 2, but that doesn't, like, change anything. I just really hate the feline nature that they went with him since whatever game they started doing that shit in. Like, if you look at the old artwork of King Toro back in, was it the Mortal Kombat comic, or whatever, or even some of the artwork that was in Trilogy, it's like, whatever game started doing that, I got really annoyed at. I guess Armageddon wasn't too bad, but NetherRealm really started making him more feline, and it was annoying. I hope that's the word I'm looking for. All cat-like and shit. I don't know. I guess the Babality from Mortal Kombat 2011 kind of made sense, but it was just a Babality, nothing to really take serious. But like, the appearance just drives me up a wall. And even at the attempts to make it look classical, even with the animated movie, it's there's a sense of cat-like nature that just annoys me. But aside from that, I don't know what I would say is like my favorite out of the three. I don't really have a disdain of any of them, really. Now, if you're talking about the 3D era, which has Noob Smoke, or Moloch, or even Mortal Kombat 4, I think was Shinnok. Or not Shinnok, sorry. I think Quan Chi, at least in the original arcade version. Because I don't think Gore was a thing until a certain revision or whatever. It's, Moloch was a bitch to fight. And they definitely did neuter his gameplay in Armageddon. It's like they wanted to capture the cheapness of having a giant entity, but he was just annoying as hell to fight. And strangely enough, in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, if you go on YouTube and you look at, like, gameplay footage of people finding ways to play as Moloch, he's actually very much playable. It's just they never let you use him or whatever. Which I find to be very annoying, to be honest. So I don't like in the arcade versions where, like, the game would legit crash if you try to punch or move, whatever. It's just, like, the characters work perfectly fine under human control, but yet you can't just actually play as the damn characters, which annoys me. Even the NetherRealm games are like that to a point where it's like you have the three bosses, one of them which is playable, Goro and Challenge Tower 150, and then in the Vita you have even more characters to use, and I think they even let you use Shao Kahn and King Toro in the other challenges that are in the bonus tower, just kind of interesting. Kind of utilizes the PlayStation Vita's what the hell is it, the motion sensors, but it was still reason to get the game again, I think. Essentially being a damn near complete version of the game, it's just, it was unfortunately a Vita exclusive. It never got like a proper console port. Hell, wasn't the Sony Move like popular during 2011 or 2012? Whatever, they could have done a version of that, but still having a way to play the game, but without the shitty motion controls that Sony wanted to try and be cute and funny with, like Nintendo and the Wii, but nope. I don't know. Fuck, I think it have to be a certain distance, I think, for it to actually work. Or you have to wait for them to finish talking. I don't know, I think when it says take a picture, then you can send it, but usually it's, you have to wait, I think. But I don't know. But yeah, I think that collection is coming out soon, I think. I know it's actually come out the same day as Virtua Fighter, which is funny. Kinda sucks it didn't get much attention, but it's whatever. I still say everything I said in those videos, honestly. It's, if they did include Mortal Kombat Gold and maybe reduce the price of it, I think it might be worth it, honestly, but I just don't think it's worth the admission price, honestly, and considering the online play, whatever, it's not why I play Mortal Kombat. Hell, fighting the AI in those games is annoying enough. Why would I want to replicate that with people who use, like, literally the same two characters? Fucking Cabal and Smoke in Mortal Kombat 3. No thank you. Have fun for people who actually want that shit, but that's not why I play Mortal Kombat. Those games have more heart and soul than most fighters. Or at least it used to be. Hell, I'd play Mortal Kombat 4. Even that game at least added some things to keep it entertaining for the consumer versions, at least. Even if they're just essentially variations of arcade, but it was still something, to be honest. It hasn't been done in a Mortal Kombat game prior, so, you know, kudos, I guess. And all the various home ports that do add in some other stuff to make it kind of interesting. Mainly the Super Nintendo version where you have the mutators and shit that do change up the gameplay a bit. I say that's kind of worth, you know, finding out those compared to, like, what's in this so-called Legacy collection. Oh, no. They'll probably find a way to fuck up the 3D era, honestly. I think if they would have kept the Game Boy Advance games an actual secret, I don't think people would be as pissed off, because considering that the coding or whatever, like, that mainly should have been, like, an actual secret, like, something that shouldn't be leaked at all. Just like, okay, you completed the Mortal Kombat games, now here's a bonus Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and Tournament Edition. And that might give people some hope and anticipation, since those are, like, the most requested games that people want to play for some reason. I guess, to be fair, it's they're not exactly accessible by normie standards, but what do I know? It's certainly something, I guess, but I'm just tired of developers screwing the fans over. And with Capcom, they have definitely screwed over fans of Resident Evil. Like, legit. They screwed them over so much, I would be surprised if people cared about Capcom after that shit. And I think that they will care about Capcom whenever they drop it in their collection or whatever the fuck. Or they'll probably shadow drop some shit and people go back to praising them. Which is kind of stupid, but I'll digress. Like, how can you care about a company who doesn't even acknowledge or appreciates the original games? Like, that's just fucked. Like I said, the fans are to blame for it. And not by fans like actual sensible people, I mean like the brain dead fans who think that their word is law, except when Capcom does it, it's, you know, whatever. So, yeah, that's what I mean by fans, are those people who, like, actually think that they are Keiji Inafune or whoever the fuck, you know, they are not them. And look what your so-called gods have done for you. It's just bullshit. Alright, which construction am I going to? Is it the one on top? Okay, yeah, this one's easy. Well. Okay. I'm gonna move on to Xenoverse 2 after this. I haven't played it in a while. I just mainly wanted to get the Dragon Balls again. Because I kind of want to make sure I'm up to speed on the dailies or whatever. I think I might be out of touch with that, so I want to collect some Dragon Balls and just have some fun with it, I guess. I haven't played in a good while, so I might be fucked, but since it's just Dragon Ball hunting, I should be fine. And off on something I'm sure people want to see me do, I guess. But I actually did prepare for Dark Souls on PS3, so I actually do have the Black Knight sword, so I should be able to play the game proper. And it actually only took me two, technically three, because the first time I actually kept trying to parry with an empty hand, I kept getting fucked a lot, and then I got really mad. I said, fuck it, I'll just restart. And then after killing the Black Knight twice, I got it in the second job, and it was like, wow, I got some fucking insane luck. I didn't go for the halberd because it's too far and I find the run annoying, but any Black Knight weapon is decent, but I know that the Black Knight sword is the shortest reach. I think it takes like 6 in-game minutes just going from where the fuck. And plus I want to do something interesting, I guess, and also just show off witty gameplay XD. Yeah, because that's a thing. Witty gameplay. XD. Alright. Let's see. What else did I talk about? Oh yeah, I just remembered. I was watching Kingdom Casino again. Yes, those fuckers. I know that some people don't like them anymore, or at least they don't like him, whatever, I don't know. I just like it when they mock Rich and DSP, that's really about it. Those are like the two segments I even bother watching, because the rest is just other people that shouldn't even have a platform, in my opinion, especially with Hassan PKer essentially abusing dogs and shit. I don't know anything about iDubbbz. Quartering is... I don't know anything about him. I think I watched one video of his. I think it was him warning about candy on Halloween or whatever. I think it was him. I really don't remember. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But mainly when they talk about DSP or review tech, those are like the only people I care to see them riff on or whatever, because it's, you know, besides the whole dynamic of Rich trying to be like holier than thou, and of course DSP being DSP because, well, unfortunately a lot of the good detractors of him haven't really been interesting as much. I know that I think Tevin might still be doing stuff, but not in the same way that he's done things. You know, it's I don't know. And I know that Megadeth, I don't think he does stuff anymore. I think he did some things when Phil was playing Baldur's Gate 3, but that was about it. And that's a shame, because I actually really liked his videos. It was like a return to form with no Bucket or Lich, but it was still nostalgic, I guess. And I even watching them riff on DSP's gameplay, like the old videos, it still holds up pretty damn well, honestly. And I even use a couple of their clips in my videos. It's just not only funny, but they also make points that most would dare not speak lest they get the fanboys on their asses. Especially when they talk about Dark Souls or whatever. I don't think Lich does have a channel. I think it was he would respond to a lot of political pieces, if I remember correctly, in the Abyss, but I don't think he does that shit anymore. Or I don't think he's on. I don't know if he is on Blue Sky. I don't think so. And if he is, good, but I don't really care. I'm not using that shitty system. I'm not fucking dealing with people on the Abyss. I'm certainly not dealing with people on the shittier version of the Abyss. I don't care. One site is already a shithole enough for me, in my opinion. The only time I've been bothered with anything Blue Sky related is fucking Vector Man, and that's pretty sad. I think a lot of people I used to follow or at least keep tabs on in working style, admittedly, have moved on to Blue Sky. And I just don't care to watch that shit. I don't. I think it has the same interface as Twitter, formerly whatever the fuck. It's just stupid. Speaking of Blue Sky, let me see if Jada's uploaded a video. I know he did a video talking about the Tron movie that came out. So that was cool. He did a video talking about the Tron game on the... I think it was a double feature. It was the Wii game, which I actually have, but he didn't cover the Champion Edition. There was actually a special version of the game that included a special vehicle. And when I bought the game secondhand, I actually got the version of the game that does include that fancy vehicle, whatever. So good to know that a tie-in video game that actually has pretty decent multiplayer, even if it says for like one mode, actually does have some pretty major impact in the story that I think Disney is a little too on the nose about, let's be honest. It's kind of fucked up if I'm going to be honest. But I can't really say I really care about Tron. I noticed that weird first-person shooter game on the original Xbox. I don't know if that's any good or not. I haven't played it, much of it. I think it was on PC, but it doesn't have the split screen of it, so I don't care. Speaking of which, I need to actually obtain some files from the archivist, so I hope that this won't be completely fucked. Or technically might have a backup of it before the fucking people on there technically lock this shit because of bullshit. Let's see. Yeah, I think it might be locked because I guess people want to protect their shit for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, this is all a bunch of other shit. Okay. Nothing special. Yeah, I might have to go on a different site, I think, or find the original installation files. I think I might have. I still might have them lying around if memory serves well. Let's see. Oh shit. What the fuck? There's actually a cracked version of the crew too. Okay, I have to view this on mobile because for some reason the fucking browser version does not display comments, and it really sucks because Steam Unlocked actually has some really hilarious comments. Like legit. I gotta see the comments of this. I'm very curious now. I want to see how these fucking mad scientist evil gamers have made a working version of this shit. I want to fucking see vouchers for this shit on GitHub. I put the wrong fucking site. Of course I did. But anyway. Let me set this back to bail office. Yeah, the fucking comments do not work on browser, which sucks. Oh, it's even unpopular. Oh, there's also another game, Escape from Duck Off. I'm gonna look up gameplay of that, honestly. Let's see. Like, holy shit. I'm also going on PC Gaming Wiki. I have to see what bullshit that's the bullshit black magic that's with this shit. Let's see. Oh, the game got updated. It actually includes an offline mode. Holy shit. Well, holy fucking shit. Ubisoft actually did something right for once. Holy fuck. They actually did something right. Holy fuck. They actually did something right. I'm actually shocked. Now that might be worth a video in itself, honestly. I know exactly what fucking footage we're gonna use for that shit. But anyway, now that I'm done with this shit, let me go ahead and go to the bail office. And I'm actually turning the fan because I am fucking sweating again. Anyway, let me go to the other game, actually. Apparently it's popular, so I'm guessing a lot of meme tubers are playing it, like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, whatever the fuck. So it must be fucking actual autism, or it might actually be worth playing. I don't know which. I hope it's actually worth playing, because it actually does seem fairly interesting, even if it's a fucking shitty duck parody of it. But hey, if it's as good as like The Escapist 2, then sure, I'll meme about it. People not liking this game because it's top down? Fucking Among Us is top down. You're retarded. Like, if you actually think that, you're fucking retarded. Sorry. You can't be a fan of fucking Among Us, but then hate top down games. It just doesn't fucking work. Anyway. Speaking of pointless bitching, let's actually go ahead and do some Xenoverse 2 for a little bit. And perhaps should not take as long as I thought. Which is good. Anyway, let's see how many fucking Dragon Balls I need. Alright, I only need 3, so this shouldn't be too bad. But I know I have to get extra after, so I'll see what I can do when I get them. But let me go ahead and use the bathroom really quick. I think it's 3, yeah. 3 stars. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's do some Dragon Ball hunting, but first, let's see my, who the fuck it's called? Oh god, get deck details. It's cringe-inducing. Alright, so I bring Nappa along with me, okay. I might as well at least do that, I guess. Don't really have anything better to do, at least in this game, so at least try to kill two birds with one stone. They have not played this game in fucking shit, a really long time. I think I should still get it though. It's really not that hard. I am gonna at least restart if I don't. Okay, I was gonna say. I am gonna more than likely restart if I don't get at least one key item from the two characters they fight. Oh fuck! I don't have the charging ability. I think I must have removed it or something. What the actual fuck is wrong with this? I'll finish him off. I think it was just... Oh, I got two. Oh, shit. Well. One less fight to go through, then. Alright. Let's actually change our skill set. I don't know why I removed it. I'll put, ultimate charge. Anyway, I might as well see what King is up to. I think he's been playing a lot of Naraka Blade Point, I think it's called, or Nakara, whatever, that fucking Battle Royale ninja game, or whatever the fuck. I'll admit I have not been 100% up to speed on that because it doesn't talk and it's really fucking boring to watch, I'm gonna be completely honest. You actually have more commentary out of him playing Steam games than actually, well, playing whatever. That's pretty sad. It's like DSP in a way. Like, once he starts losing, then he'll say something, I guess. And that's even on a good day, which is pretty sad, but I'll digress. Not exactly if you want to talk to some things, but at least they try to, damn it. Some people, they just don't try. But I'm gonna digress. Hey, what's up? I haven't heard from you in like 4 weeks. What's up with that? Or is it 5? I could be better, to be honest. A lot's been happened since I've heard from you, I'll be honest. Anyway, defined by a lot. Okay, no key item. I'll just restart. Oh, he's not even playing right now. Or is he? No. Okay, fair enough. Not sure for how long, but it's something.
まさかこの姿を誰かに見せることになろうとはね。君の最初で最後の。
I am mainly grinding Dragon Ball because I want to make sure I'm up to date with the logins for this game. They're kind of out of order in a way, so I'm gonna get the last one I need, and then around the end of the week or whatever, I'll get them again and be fresh for the next monthly bonus, I guess. Not exactly new per se, but I don't feel like doing retro art stuff right now. I really want to get PlayStation 2 working, but I think you have to buy a program or whatever through Xbox Store. I don't have. Actually, I remember I actually had some extra credit on there, so I have to see if they actually get it with working currency. I'm gonna have to check that in a second, actually. Oh yeah, I was told of that to some extent. I'm very sorry to hear that. Of all the updates to this game, you think it would actually show more than what I would know. Oh wow. Oh yeah, it's really weird to be honest, but it is still a pretty terrible situation. Wow, I actually dodged that. I hope you mean the internal part and not just a cable. Because I think that, like, if it's just the port that's screwing up, I don't think buying a $200 cable could really fix it. Unless you can file your taxes. And that would be worth it. Oh yeah, the internal damage, that's still a major bummer. I'm gonna assume warranty is long since expired. Just hope you don't try to do it yourself, because messing stuff with internally can be even worse. Especially when it's like you have to spend money to do it, and then you don't do it proper, and then it's a little between a rock and a hard place. Ah. More teammates around 20 and zombies before just finally giving up. Yep. It is still an unfortunate situation, but I do hope that the issue does get resolved to some extent. I just hope that whoever you're gonna have do the internal damage repair knows what they're doing. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about with that other advanced engineering stuff, if that's the word I'm looking for. We're gonna have someone do it. I really hope you get someone that does it proper, like an actual professional. You definitely don't want to mess around with stuff like that. Especially when it comes to older hardware like Nintendo 64. That type of stuff is literal do or die moment. You don't want to do or die moments when it comes to the real world. It's not a pretty sight. Okay. That's good at least. I finally got the key item, so I'll redeem the Dragon Balls for something, I guess. And then I'll move on to another game, I guess. At least you have it sorted out in some capacity. I hope to hear good news whenever this gets fixed. Alright. Actually, we're going to name the character proper on this version because I did not on the PS4 and it's annoying. Alright, let's see what I can redeem. I figured some extra moves I've yet to get. But I know if you already have the Dragon Balls, you don't get an extra stack. You can only carry one ball of 7 at a time. Which I know doesn't really make any sense. Let's see. I think I already have all the stuff, because I remember the last thing I got was the armor, I think. And then another armor, or another clothing set. And I'm pretty sure I got the stuff from this. And yes, the game finally got updated to tell you, oh, this is what you'll be getting, instead of just like having to look it up wherever. It's basically a, okay, are you sure that's what you want? And they have to tell you. So it's basically like a confirmation thing, which is good. But I'm just gonna go with medals because it's like, I don't know what the hell else to wish for, honestly. I've already got all the one-time wishes. I haven't really been playing this game that much because I've already reached the level cap. I haven't done any of the latest parallel quests. Not only have no one to do it with, but I don't think it's really worth breaking the meta with a DLC build or whatever. It's whatever. I don't know if there's like anything of interest to this. I don't know if there's anything that's like on social media as of late. But I don't know. I was hoping to get something good from that at least. I think the only stuff in the metal shop is just like dual attacks, which I can't even really use that much. Yeah, it's just dual attacks. Wow, it's so worth it. I have all the accessories I could need. Or, not accessories, sorry. I have all the Super Souls I could possibly need. Unless it's like something I'm missing. I can waste medals for the raid characters, which you can't even use in, like, you can only use in practical, which is stupid. I hate that. I guess I can check the artwork, but there's like, I don't think there's anything that's like interesting, I think. I'll just sort by all. I know I got the 3 that I wanted, which is what the hell are their names? Pan. It's a fucking food name, like Goku and Vegeta. Amazing. And Kakarot. Beer, whiskey. You even got Pan. Amazing. But yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, the Videl swimsuit, because why not? The Pan and, of course, Toa. That's, like, about it. I'm pretty sure it's from the original Dragon Ball. It has to be. Alright. Alright, enough of that shit. Okay, let's, I guess I'll go ahead and do the other game, I guess. Alright. Enough. Check. Yeah, I'll have to, do that after whatever. Let me just check Infinite Warfare very quick. I think I got the daily bonus or whatever. I think it does reset at a certain time frame, because I think that's when you do get the rewards, is at that time. Because that's like a lot of servers reset time, whatever. Yeah, it's set at that time. Okay. Alright, I'll just go to Microsoft Store because for some reason fucking... Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4 was released. I can't wait to see people bitch about it, because it's not exactly like whatever the fuck. Evil West. Wasn't this game like on PC or something? And then it like it finally got added to console or whatever. I don't know. I know it's kind of old. It's kind of an old game, to be honest. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? One of the games was removed. Can't even tell what it is. I have to, like, go on the website and check, because that's gonna fucking bother me now. I bet you it's for a game that I wanted to get, or DLC that you can't get anymore. It's gotta be one of the two. But anyway, let me go on the Xbox website very quick while I get game number 3 going. I'll see if I can get up to, maybe pushing it in Orlando, but definitely, at least up to Sense Fortress with my pure gaming skills, quote unquote. But okay. Let me go on the Xbox website. I have to do some investigating. There we go. Yeah, I think this is the video that I saw as a reference. Okay, I should have enough, especially with tax and shit. I hope. Here we go. This is the video, I remember. Okay. Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah, I should definitely have enough. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the game store. I'm gonna look something up very quick. Oh. Fuck. Oh, I wouldn't have enough anyway, but whatever. Oh. Let me just check something. Okay. Alright. Let me go ahead and, let's get out of here. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the other thing. Whoops. Yeah, it's true. That is completely true, but you could also use that argument for anything. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and switch over to the PS3, and yes, I did not stutter. The PS Triple. Actually, the controller at a second hand, so it actually works extremely well. It's amazing. Okay. It's not exactly third party like Turbo and stuff, but for first party games and other stuff that actually has the gyro aim, whatever, it does the business. Oh yeah, that's right. I disabled my internet for the game I'll be playing because reasons. I will keep you updated on that. I've been fairly busy on my end, to be honest. Okay, I'm actually gonna bookmark this video. I gotta save it for later. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah, the game I'm playing is just loading right now. Just gonna give it another minute. Alright. I'll also lower the in-game volume. Just to make sure. There we go. Okay, just gonna wait for a loading screen. Adjust audio as necessary. And then we'll get started. Alright. Right where I need it to be. I'll put it to like 3, I guess. I'll leave subtitles on because I actually want to make sure I hear things, I guess. Or see whatever. Okay, let's do this. But first I gotta take a sip of drink. Oh no, not slightly slower loading times. Is that what the Xbox 360 let you do when you can install the game and you can maybe save an extra 5 seconds on loading? I'm sure you'll be fine. I could probably be down playing it though, but it's I don't know. Or at least I can still hit these enemies no problem. Okay. I should probably use spells, I think, for these ranged dudes, especially the one below. Fuck. Okay. Oh, he's not there. Shit. I have to reload the game, I think, but whatever, I'll be fine. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but I guess I'll take it. You must help me. Now tap the barrel. Actually, don't attack the barrel, you'll piss him off. Oh, that's good. I think Black Ops 7 might be coming out soon. I'm sure that's going to be a whole fun of worms. And apparently they're not even letting you transfer skins or whatever, or progress from 6 to 7, because 7, 8, 9. I'm just gonna leave him out. Ow! I'm probably gonna die. Oh, I didn't. I'm shocked. The most online I've been doing is GTA. I kind of stopped doing Red Dead Online. I mean, I guess I could, I just haven't had a reason to play it. You still can't do invite-only lobbies like you can in GTA, so you can basically be griefed at any time. And believe it or not, there actually are legitimate griefers in Red Dead Online. It's actually kind of insane. Like, knowing how much you don't like flaming shotties in World War II, you'd be surprised as to what type of ammunition is in that game, and people use it a lot. And the economy in Red Dead Online is pretty bad. Like, it's actually really bad. I mean, I guess Doom the Dark Ages can count as a AAA first-person shooter, even if it's single-player, but it's still, by that logic, I guess it's not a multiplayer game, so I guess fair, but... Well, okay, not really, but you know what I mean. Not bad. I'm not really into Battlefield. I liked Bad Company, but that's about it. Yes, even the game told me I died, but thank you for telling me. I couldn't tell. I think Resident Evil 2 had that sort of thing when you actually died, except you don't go back to the last save point, you just go back to the last retry point, technically. But yeah, I can't... Not that I don't like Battlefield, I don't really have a big affinity for it. I like Bad Company, but that's about it. And that's mainly a console-exclusive shooter game. Well, the first one is anyway. The second game does have a PC port, but it does have a campaign that's at least kind of interesting. It's on the more comedic side of things, but if you like playing Battlefield and you want a decent campaign, it's not like what Battlefield 3 did by trying to copy Call of Duty. It could be up your alley, I guess. I think there was an expansion that was exclusive to consoles, though. I think it was Vietnam or something, or some game mode. I forget which one was exclusive, but I know there was a piece of content that did not get added on PC for whatever reason. I'm looking forward to people complaining about Battlefield, though, because they have to do more than just shooting stuff. And I think even Battlefield 3 added a team deathmatch mode, which is funny because I know Battlefield is more about the domination type gameplay, but just more of massive map scales and having vehicles in the mix, which is cool. I do like that. It's just I kind of prefer having an offline environment for that. And Battlefront 2, the original, has all that covered, which ironically was published by EA, so hooray. Yeah, I know it's Star Wars, but if the game is decent, I guess. At least to me. Oh shit. Try again. Ah, jeez. The big dude followed me down here. And the souls are on the other side, which is not good. I guess the AI is not coded to slide. At least they didn't learn how to fly. Oh shit, I went the wrong way again, I think. Yeah, I'm not supposed to go this way. Mainly I'm just trying to get certain things. Fuck. I think I went further ahead. Or, oh no, I went this way, I remember, I think. Because I went up the stairs and then I went another direction, so I have to go through here, I think. Did I pick up the key? I think that was me that did it. Okay. I sneezed and the box exploded. Okay, yeah, I got the key to the depths. Basically lets you unlock a a Guy Fieri cookout. Or some countries fuego. Alright. Got an axe. No, you'll axe, no questions. Fuck. Damn it. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. At least blocking with a weapon is still a viable option. It's just you have to watch out for that chip damage. Anyway, I came for this, and I also wanted to get another ring, actually. I don't think I have any of the... No, I don't have those, so I'm fucked. So I really have to be careful. That's right. Oh, this is the... Oh, this is the door for later, but I have to come through here anyway. But no, I don't want to go through there again. I still activate the boss fight, or at least whatever. I actually came here because I wanted to get a certain item. And I probably went the wrong way anyway. Alright, you have fun with that. I won't promise though. I don't want to make a promise and then opt out or whatever. But if I am in need of some original Modern Warfare 3 action that's better than the vanilla version, I'll let you know. Oh, here comes Six-Side Warlord. He's dead. Okay, yeah. I'll let you know. But no promises. Yeah, I think the item is down here. No, I don't think that's the one I'm looking for. Just a soul. Oh, fuck. Wow, I actually went so far above and beyond that I saw the Model T posing. Amazing. The game is such a buggy mess that an enemy actually did a T-pose. Which, it might be for meme status, but it actually is like a coding thing, I guess. Like, usually models actually do a T-pose, because that's like a coding thing. Yeah. Yes, it was. At least it wasn't game-breaking or anything. I remember playing Tony Hawk's Underground. I think that's where I actually saw the concept, because usually when you go to the gold menu and you look at the people who give you the goals to do, you see them doing like a T-pose. I guess because the game hasn't loaded their actual models yet, so that's kind of where I saw the idea firsthand, is that game, ironically. Where the models don't load properly and they just have that, well, T-pose, I guess. Oh, shoot, Nightbot actually, message deleted you. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, you have to excuse Nightbot. Oh, restart or quit game. I think that's a Resident Evil reference. Or something. Yeah, I figured. And in case you're wondering why I'm running around with nothing but a shirt and a hood, it's because this game is a weight system. If I were to put anything else on, I would not be able to move as quickly. So I'll technically get a little extra defense, but this the pants and the gloves make it essentially makes it just having this robe and the hood does make it easier to get around, I guess. It's also based on the endurance stat. I think I picked the Pyromantis class. It's probably the easiest class to do base level challenge runs, I guess, where you don't level up. But most people call it soul level 1 because, well, you start at... the class technically does have the lowest level, but levels don't really mean anything aside from matchmaking that makes skill-based matchmaking look like grade school or stuff, and I'm not even kidding about that. At least I like that one bug where if you look at a certain model, I think it was in Call of Duty, I think it was in Modern Warfare 2 or 3, where if you looked at a certain model, if it was in your field of vision, the game actually crashed or whatever. Like, it would actually crash the lobby. I think it was because of some helicopter pilot or something that doesn't load and just makes the game freeze for everyone, I think. A harmless T-pose. A funny one, but not a game-breaking one, so I guess that's good. I think I can go cut the tail of the boss now, since I took care of that Chandler. He actually does buff the boss, and it makes it a lot more annoying than it is. And with my current equipment, I'll probably go down in like 1 or 2 hits. Maybe 2 if I'm like actually careful. I do at least want to try to get past this boss, though, but I also have other goals, I guess, if you want to call them that. I also have to go back for another ring, actually, but I don't think I can do that till later. The game kind of pulls a gotcha moment with that slime there. It actually makes you take a lot of unnecessary damage. It's what they call trial and error. It's kind of funny how one of the most popular games of the nature is essentially nothing but quick time events. But you have to remember it was a coin-operated arcade game. There wasn't really anything like it at the time. It was also animated by Don Bluth, so it was kind of a big deal. And yet people pay good money for visual novels and barely any games barely any gameplay within the game. And even visual novels, or even just straight up RPG Maker-esque games, so there you go. I guess there's a market for those sorts of people, but it's not exactly a standard issue. Anyway, wow, I'm still trying to find the ring I'm looking for. And I think I actually went around the circle. Wow, nice. I don't know why I'm bothering this ring, honestly. It's not really that good, but since I essentially have a really powerful weapon, it could actually be kind of useful. Since it gives you a little bit of health back whenever you kill an enemy, but the returns are so little, and if you take a lot of damage, it's going to be kind of negligent. It's only really useful in like very specific situations. But since this is one of those games where healing options are limited, might as well scrape the bottom of the barrel for options, I guess. And unfortunately, it is one of those options. I think I already went this way. So I'm gonna go back. When does Black Ops 7 come out, by the way? Do you know? If not, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna really interested in that. Anything to shoot the manure, I guess. Oh, excellent. I'm assuming you pre-ordered it. I think there was a closed beta, I think, for those who, okay, not a closed beta. I actually saw someone talking about the video, and no, it wasn't a positive one. I think there was like a beta, but if you pre-ordered the game, you got early access to it. But then for those who didn't, I think they got a smaller window to participate in it. I think that's what it was. The only thing I really know about it is that you can't transfer your progress from 6 to 7 because 7, 8, 9, and it's going to be the same thing every year. I'm sure, unless there's something that's actually interesting. I really don't know. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. And from a cable broadcast company, nonetheless. I think that's what they are. I could be wrong. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's cool though. I'll give proper credit for that at least. Not really my cup of tea, but it is cool for those who enjoy it. There's something to have that package, I guess. So I'll give kudos for that. I like how I kicked. Didn't mean to, actually. And I guess the ring must be down here. I'm not even like trying to look up a video. Like I want to keep this going at a brisk pace. That's what I'm mainly looking for. I'm not even like really paying attention. I don't have the sound on. I don't know if you can hear the sound, but I'm actually playing this without any sound right now. So I'm like the ultimate elite gamer who can play this without any sound. I do have to be careful of these enemies, though. They essentially can inflict a status ailment on you that is annoying as piss to reverse. Besides that, I've been doing okay, except for like the couple times where I died. Anyway, I think I found it. There we go. Oh, fuck. You won't be sneezing on me, sir. Take your bug eyes and bug out. shit button. Okay. Yes, I actually saw the enemy coming through there because the HUD is slightly transparent enough to actually see that. Yes, I'm that much of an epic gamer. TM. There's technically no pause button in this game. The most you can do is just quit out and then hope that whatever enemy's spawn point is at is not where you quit out, otherwise you're basically foobar. Funny enough, you can't really do that in Dark Souls 2 because they actually changed the game. Though you can technically save scum if you know how to back up your saves properly. On PS3 it's basically impossible since they actually encrypted the saves, can't even copy. Wow. Okay. Well, at least I'm right at the recharge point, so I maybe have to like do 5 seconds of walking or running back. He used a flame shoddy! Oh wow. Well, technically it's a multi-hit combo, but with that enemy alone, it can kill you extremely quickly. So you basically have to use ranged on him. It wasn't like an actual one-shot like some people say, but it does so much damage to people who don't have like a good health or armor that it might as well be. And the funny thing is, it's not even like a much more advanced version of an enemy. It's just this. It's just a dude carrying a pitchfork and just has some sporadic moves that does stupid damage and can just completely ruin your day. It's not like fighting a soldier that has a juggernaut suit on it. It's just a regular hollow dude with a stick, and that somehow makes him infinitely more threatening than these freaking rats that can poison you. I'm not even kidding. It's like giving a blind man a freaking keys to a Bugatti. There's going to be a lot of fatalities in that thing. It's crazy. It's fine, don't worry about it. Nightbot's just doing this thing. I might disable it for now. I like how I kept it down. I do what I must, of course. But yeah, you might be able to have the one-hit wonder stick, but you have pretty much all range options at your disposal, as long as you use them correctly. But yeah, it's just a regular hollow enemy, but him having a stick just makes him more dangerous for some reason. Gotta love it. We're actually gonna fight an invader. A scripted one at least, so it's not gonna be a real play, but they do have that bot-like behavior, so I'm sure I'm gonna die without a doubt. So prepare for hype and make it double. There we go. I mean, that's what the enemy basically is. He'll just slap you with a stick and you're basically dead. But if you have range attacks and you're at a proper distance, you can take it out easily. It's essentially a type of enemy that punishes basically people who rely solely on melee combat. Technically, it's the game's way of teaching that you have to use other attacks besides melee, even though I'm technically using a really powerful melee weapon that's not easy to get because it's probably based off of RNG, and if you don't get it the first time, you're basically screwed. Technically, there's other areas you can get it, but they're not exactly common. I like how his legs didn't load, though. To be fair, I am playing the PS3 version, so I guess there's some graphical infidelity. And no, this is not emulated, in case you're wondering. This is pure gameplay from the real deal. what did I get? Oh, I got the shield, okay. I wanted the sword, but the drop is legit random. Alright, so I finally got that out of the way. Thankfully, no. They just get all sporadic. But like I said, it's if you have a decent range options, you can deal with them no problem. They just hit really hard for the type of enemy that they are. There actually are a good number of enemies that you can essentially hit from a distance and they don't really do anything about it. There are only very specific enemies who do have their own ranged attacks. At least in this game in particular, there's a boar that's normally annoying to fight, but if you go on the high ground, you can just like lob firebombs and arrows. They don't even do anything. They just kind of sit there and do nothing. The game's AI is kind of poo. Unfortunately, no, the game is not that complex. You have to fight them as they are. I'm not even sure if you can parry it, but considering how fast their attacks are, it might not even be worth it. I'll summon this dude. He'll probably die though. It's not a real player, but you do get a special item if you keep him alive. Praise the sun. He's not a very common enemy, thankfully, but I like to think that they put the enemy in there in this level where it's all condensed with hallways and stuff. Yeah, the pathfinding on the friendly AI is kind of weird. No, unfortunately the phantoms don't revive you. If you're dead, the whole squad is basically dead. Unless I'm doing kind of okay damage. Gotta get that tail though. It's actually a weapon you can get from this boss. I'm not sure, to be honest. There is no revive system in this game. There actually is an Elden Ring Night Rain, which is essentially a hybrid of roguelike and battle royale or whatever. And no, I'm not bothering with it. I didn't bother with Elden Ring. I'm certainly not bothering with its battle royale spin-off. There's not even crossplay, and it's not a free-to-play game. So what's the deal with that? I'm not even kidding you. You could probably find ways of going for the other not non-linear, but finding various options and build options in all the other games compared to playing a game that's randomly generated. I'm being extremely charitable with that. Oh, so I paused it? Oh, I was gonna say, did I bug the AI out? No, it's just being stupid again. Walking dragons have the right of way, so I don't want to get hit. Oh yeah, there is actually a spell that you can use to heal your teammates, but there is no, like, if they die, like you can't revive them if they die, and it's not a spell you can essentially get right away. You do have to get pretty far in the game to get such a spell. So yeah, there is technically a spell that does heal your, it has like a radius of healing effect or whatever, but there is no like, whatever the item is called in a little bit more, the sedative, or stim. I guess technically the SSR is stim, except you only get a limited amount, and I think in Dark Souls 3 they let you actually do the thing that most people would do, is actually move and heal at the same time. Honestly, the SS boss in Dark Souls 3 might as well be sent, because people use it a lot. It comes out so quick that you can get a flick shot, the equivalent of a flick shot in that game, and it's ridiculously fast. At least in the context of that game. I'm not about to compare frames. And I got armor. Well, there you go. I don't have any homeward bones, unfortunately. Well, at least I took out one boss. Technically optional if you have a certain item, but otherwise, not really. I'm playing an offline mode, by the way, and I don't even think people are actually playing this online. I don't think people are playing Dark Souls. I think they're more or less playing Elden Ring. Or they're actually playing a seamless co-op mod on PC, so I think the game is basically dead. Alright. I hope that merchant's still there. I gotta buy an item up from him. Oh yeah, look at that wonderful lighting, by the way. Amazing. Alright, let's talk to a fancy dude sitting down. Let's see. Yeah, he sells stuff that's not really that good. You can get his armor. Well, I technically skipped for the dialogue, and there's not really much of a story to speak of. But, fair enough. He doesn't have anything of insight to say. Oh, fiddlesticks. It's this dude again. Well, at least I remembered, and I do have a set of fireballs in case I do need ranged options, but it should be okay. Just to make sure, though, close the door. Alright, might as well kill this dude. If I don't die first. You actually can get his sack, and yes, that's what it's called. It's called the sack. But he doesn't respawn. There's only 2 in the entire game, and I actually got it. And yes, it's as ridiculous as it looks. Maybe I can actually wear gloves with this at least, since it's technically really light. Nope. Oh, sweet! I can run... Oh, never mind. Yeah, the game is a really poor delay system, whatever. It makes you think that you can, but you actually can't. Unfortunately, there's no manual aiming whatsoever, so I have to basically rely on the game's camera for lean-in aiming, I guess. Okay, I got one, but there's still another one. Oh, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. Somehow we didn't trade. Okay. It was just 2 dogs. 2 stupid dogs. There we go. Oh Oh shoot, it's these dudes. Okay, the ones with the swords aren't too bad. They still have those spaz attacks. The ones with the torches are actually the more dangerous ones. Oh crap. Okay, got 2 dudes with a torch. Plenty of those. You can't just simply run through tables. There we go. Yes, I just did that. They're not particularly... they're not bullet sponges, and no, you can't snap their necks like in Modern Warfare 2. I guess that would be too cruel even for this game. But it's, they actually are very annoying. And in Dark Souls 3, because of how the game works, they essentially teleport to you, and it's really obnoxious. Oh yeah, people have been using the dead rose emoji a lot. I find it to be kind of silly. But I digress. I hate to use wonderful resources as that, but it's the only option I have for healing. And plus, this one rat, well, rats technically can drop it, but rats can drop humanity, which is the online play item, plus also fully heals you. Though it is rather rare for obvious reasons. Okay. Yes, I casually avoided that enemy swinging the axe. MLG. Okay. Gotta talk to this dude. Gonna skip more, dialogue. You actually have to say no to him. You usually have to say yes, but for him you have to say no. It's really annoying. Okay, I actually have to talk to this person here. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Oh, I actually have to talk to... I actually didn't talk to Sue at all, I forgot. Yes, they're all characters who, they're actually very, interesting, funny characters. An undead mission? I can't share it with you, but pay me money and I'll tell you the tale. Alright. Basically tells you about the killing mechanic. Nothing fancy. Come again. I will. Alright, since I've been doing quite a bit of running, I'm not going to equip this sword right now. I'm going to get rid of the sack. I'll put on the priest set, or not priest, sorry, cleric set. I think it's this one. There we go. Looking like a fine Jewish boy. I actually came for that, actually. Alright, I'll put it back on. Just give me a second. There we go. Okay, got this. Yeah, since I'm going to be doing quite a bit of running, I'm not going to use the sword for a while. And I forgot to equip that ring. Might as well put that on, too. Alright, let's go back into the sewers. Well, I had those clothes on, but since I'm not going to be doing much combat for a while, it's, I might as well put something of interest on. Also go ahead and level up my endurance, so I can actually hit more. Now I got plenty of green, which means I can run for longer. And I think I'd actually wield the sword too now. And maybe the shield if I'm being generous. Maybe if I changed it back, probably. Ugh, rats. Gotta see his poor bald head to have the sword and shield out. Okay, at least I didn't die. I didn't die, so I'm good. Good enough. I can't swing it one-handed, though. That X is not there for show. Yeah, so this is the only game that does that. In the other games, you swing your weapon like normal, it does so little damage. And I think you also bounce off of it, too. So you actually have to pump the appropriate number of points into the stats you're going to use. I know in this game at least endurance is king, because not only does it give you extra stamina, which essentially dictates how much you can attack, but it also gives you equipment load, which essentially lets you carry more items. I probably should have kindled that bonfire since you actually kind of warp to it later, but whatever. And no, the session is not, I'm dead. Oh, I didn't die. Oh, jeez. No, your session is not crapping out. The frame rate in this area is infamously terrible. And mind you, this was a game that came out in 2011. I'm actually quit out. Yeah, this area, Blighttown Poison Swamp area, is so low frame rate that it's ridiculous. They technically did fix it in Dark Souls Remastered by actually having it run at a proper frame rate, but there's so much going on, and it also runs in the... Oh, jeez. I guess enemies do spawn here, so quitting actually didn't do much. But yeah, Blighttown is infamous for running at a low frame rate. Yeah, that is true, but you actually have to disconnect... Okay, for Dark Souls 1 and 2 on the 7th gen versions, i.e. the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and the PC versions, at least on Steam or Games to Windows Live. Well, I think Dark Souls 2 was on Games to Windows Live, it was just Dark Souls 1. You actually had to either disconnect your Ethernet cable if you're using wired, or for Steam, just go on offline mode. There technically is no way to just play offline per se. But you still can't pause the game either way. Which just adds an inflation of challenge that doesn't need to be there. And I'm probably gonna die. Never mind. Yes, I actually can quit out properly so I don't have to redo that run. MLG Pro Gamer Fingers skills right there. There's not really much difference in playing online and offline. Mainly with player interaction, hidden messages, or player messages, excuse me, and of course the ever so wonderful, invasions from actual players in areas who are scripted events would not otherwise occur, like with that spike girl. That wasn't a player. That is actually a in-game invasion that can occur if you haven't beat the boss yet. So you're technically not getting much if you're playing offline otherwise. Though a lot of people are... I think one of the elusive enemies died. I'll talk about that in a second. I'm gonna actually try to get to a certain area. Maybe fight the invader here if I'm careful, but I probably won't because I'm not even properly geared for this area anyway. anyway. For a multitude of reasons. Let's see. Whoa. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. This can actually kill these dudes, they don't come back, but Toxic is no joke of a status ailment. And I got the Falcon. I'm not even saying that correctly, I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. I don't have any, what are those items called? Poison, moss clumps, whatever. They essentially cure Toxic. But I don't have them, so. Well, I have purple moss clumps, so those don't cure Toxic. They only cure poison. Well, at least I do the running charge. That's the one that can basically kill you if you're not careful. Funny enough, fire damage isn't even consistent in this game, because there's a dragon you fight, but for some reason the fire it breathes, depending on what attack it does, it can do variable amounts of damage. I think being killed by a dragon, in most games, would usually be a one-shot regardless, unless you have, like, super high fire retardant armor. And I'm not being ableist over that. It is actually a term, flame retardant. It's actually a real thing. Look it up. There was even a video I posted, like, of an old clip when I did, like, gameplay clips. Like, the AI of that dragon actually bugged out. It was terrible. I think I even got to, like, a comment article from some individual. It was stupid. It was funny, though, I guess, if you want to be charitable about it. But it's dumb. And you're probably wondering why I'm playing this again, because I want to get the Platinum Trophy on the PSC version. It's just that simple. And since I got the Black Knight Sword, you can technically get in the beginning. And at least make going for the other areas easier. Ah, jeez. Wow. I like how the enemy didn't take any fall damage whatsoever. I also like how I took fall damage after I was done sliding, because this game's physics are really stupid. Like, really stupid. But you have a shield, you should have been blocking. You know, you're probably right, but still. I don't have the grass crest shield, so I probably should have gotten that, but whatever. I'll live. Not gonna bother fighting these dudes, though. They hit hard, and their clubs can actually poison you. And even though there are large clubs in the other games, for some reason in this game, they just they have natural poison elements. I don't really understand. It's just a From Software from I guess. And I'm dead. And I still took fall damage, even though I took better fall damage. Somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back again, because I'm gonna die and I don't have any more healing items I can use. I'm probably gonna die here anyway. Ooh, so close. Well, at least I didn't die. Yay. I'm gonna go around. I'm not going through Blank Town that way. At least I got my stuff back, so I'll consider that a win. 10 out of 10 AI right there. Just stood there and did nothing. Memory leak or bugged game mechanics, you'd be the judge. Oh shoot, I forgot to kindle that bonfire. I probably should have done that, I think. Have to remember to do that, actually. I keep forgetting. There's actually an item that you can get later on that allows you to fast travel. I said the word. That basically lets you essentially travel around to specific bonfires, but because a lot of them you can't go back to for a reason, I only instinctively go to the ones that you can travel to, since the others don't really serve much purpose other than just being basically retry points where you can start from them if you die, or not sorry, when you die, or when you use an item like Homeward Bone to return to it. Also, for a reason, even though in Dark Souls 2 they make it so that when you light the bonfire, it acts as if you rested at it. In Dark Souls 3, you can't even light the bonfire if an enemy's nearby. They don't do that in Dark Souls 2, so take a bit of break on the enemy. It's like, okay, you got to the checkpoint, and there's enemies that have to kill you, but oh, you get killed from behind, but you lit the bonfire, so you can just start from there again. In Dark Souls 3, you don't even do that, and I think it's just because it just borrows so much from Dark Souls when it's done. Nice, the enemy attack canceled my attack. Good job. Alright, well, I'm just gonna run through it. I don't really care. Fuck. 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 Let's see, it is midnight. Well, I definitely did not get to Sen's Fortress, which is a bit of a bummer, but I am at least making a lot better progress than I'd hoped. So I'll consider that a W, I guess, depending on what defines a W nowadays. Alright. There we go. Nice. I actually killed the dog without having a lock on. Oh, I'm sorry, lock in, excuse me. I'm not using the correct gamer TM terminology. Bad playa, bad. At least this weapon's running attack is pretty good. It covers a good amount of ground, and being a horizontal attack, it can dish out a good amount of damage. Also, sometimes through walls, I guess. Sometimes. If you're not, like, right next to it, I guess. Because they just bounce off and you'll probably die instead. Alright, backly. Yeah, backly. We're finally back up on the surface again, but I'm gonna go the other way this time. Might as well see if RNG is on my favorite this time, because I know that you can actually upgrade this weapon and do even more damage, and I have not upgraded it all, and that's because early on in the game, upgrade materials for weapons like this that use a particular resource are not very common, and I think there's only maybe 4 enemies, I think, that can drop it. One of them is in this, at the end of this area, which I'm going to breeze through very quickly. I also need to cut off the dragon tail anyway, so I guess I might as well kill 2 birds with one stone. I don't know if I'm going to bother killing it, to be honest, because it actually can be a decent early game farming technique, but you don't really get anything for killing it. It's just something that you can do, but you do need to cut off its tail at least for a rare weapon, I guess. There's actually an achievement or feat, whatever, trophy for getting all of the rare weapons, but a lot of them technically are rare, but they're not. They don't count for the trophy, which is kind of weird. Luck be a lady tonight. Oh, sweet! I got the second best outcome. So I can actually get this weapon to +2 and do some good damage, actually. I can't upgrade it right now, anyway. Which is a major effing bummer. I gotta take care of these enemies because I'll actually shoot at you if you don't. Now I just hope for the best. Dr. Octagonopus, brr, brr. Dr. Octagonopus, brr, brr. And it did drop the weapon. Normally it would be kind of annoying that a boss has a unique drop that you can't get, but you actually can get the weapon later on, so relying on the drop isn't really that useful. Unless you're like extremely lucky or trying to do something super specific. Alright, let's talk to everyone's favorite sun glazer. Literally sun glazer. This actually is a important story character. We're not gonna kill him yet, though. And yes, I said yet. We're not gonna kill him yet. Oh, I think I actually got healed when the dragon killed those enemies. How unfathomably base, as the kids say. I have 1 humanity left. Waiting for the dragon to jump down so I can make a run for it. Alright, I guess this dragon's not gonna move. now it decides to jump down. Nice. Alright, the dragon goes on soaring home. Nobody cared in the end. Alright, I got the Claymore. Unfortunately, it's not as good as it was in pre-patch or whatever from like 2011 or whatever. I don't care. It was actually really fast, and then they like toned down the speed from what I remember. Light it up. I know that this bonfire can actually warm to it, so I'm going to kindle it. I might as well use my other humanities, because I do have to kindle a couple more bonfires. But first we're going to go through the more Giant Olympics to equip. So that enemy is actually scripted to go to that lever and pull it down. You're actually meant to go the other way around, but you can actually outrun it. But if you miss your shot and die, you do have to do it normally. Like, I'm going to go through the stairs really quick, because I actually got to open a door, and I actually had a special item that you have to get to down here. Slice and dice, and okay, thankfully there's none of these dudes carrying torches, so we won't be burned, but you are going to be in tight spaces, so you have to mind their spasms. They get a little edgy when there's claustrophobia going. I think that's what I'm looking for. And I actually came to get this item, the mystery key. Box. It could be anything. We'll take the box. I think I got it wrong. I think it's a quote from Family Guy. Alright. I'm actually going to use block fire bombs in a second. Gonna get rid of these benches though, whatever they are in churches. They actually can get in the way. I think that enemy will leave us alone. And I got shot in the back. Here we go. It takes two of these. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I guess the splash damage for that is so good that, and the damage of it is just also really good that it actually takes at least two block firebombs to put that dude out of business. There we go. Alright, let's see what lucky drop I get from this fucker. Oh, sweet, I got his weapon. I can cosplay his guts from the popular anime Berserk. Wait a minute, this sword is small as shit. I want a fucking refund, goddammit. Yes, I know in Dark Souls 2 they made the weapon more appropriately sized, but still. And I guess to be fair, there are no shortage of Berserk references, but people want to call Code Vein anime Souls, and well, this is going to be Western Berserk because this game is basically made for Western audiences, having a shit ton of fucking references to Berserk, which is anime. Like, people can seriously not be that fucking bigoted. I'm sorry. I should have a decent shield, but it's not a guaranteed drop, so I'm not going to use it. But why are you using the Black Knight sword if it's not a guaranteed drop? Because, well, it's overpowered PvE meta shit. I like it. Alright, let's go ahead and light the Moon Fieri. Kindle this fucker because you actually can't warp to it. And I gotta see what numbers I have. I think I have 2, I think. Or 1. Or... wait. Didn't I pick... oh, I didn't open the chest there. Shit. I actually did not open that chest. Son of a bitch. Alright, whatever. Well, I gotta upgrade this weapon anyway. You must be a new arrival. If you need anything, don't be afraid to speak up. Why, thank you. Okay, so yeah, it does take more of that. Okay. Alright, let's upgrade our sword. 2,000, or technically 4,000 total smackaroonies. So let's just do that. And unfortunately, I don't have enough for his crest, so can't get that yet. But I will, however, do some other things around here while I'm at it. First of all, I have to get a particular shield that's going to make combat a lot more bearable, so it's not going to really be blocking too much. I mean, it is a valid option, but rolling will get you a lot further, and there are some attacks you just cannot block without being punished for it, so whatever. Alright, luck be a lady tonight, number 2. Luck be a lady tonight. Oh! That's okay, you can actually quit out and reload. This isn't Demon Souls, so you actually don't get too fucked if the enemy disappears. That's actually one thing I will give massive props to Demon Souls Remaster on PS5, because in the original, if the Crystal Lizards disappeared, you were basically fucked, but they actually made it so that they only disappear if you don't kill them, if you engage them first. So that's actually one thing I will give Blue Point massive props for actually making it a lot more less annoying. And I also got the second best drop, so once again, luck be a lady tonight. Oh fuck. Alright, if I get the Black Knight Halberd, I'm fucking gonna do something. I don't know what, but I'll do something. Might as well get that parry timing down, I guess. If I get the shield, it'll be just as good, because the shield is actually really good, too. So the weapon is no doubt much better. Holy Jesus, look at that damage. Finish this. Alright, whatever, I don't care. I got one of them, so it's fine. I don't care. Having at least one Black Knight weapon is basically, you've already beaten the game. There's only maybe very few combat encounters that require more than just using such taboo tactics, I guess. Anyway, now that I have this, I can actually get some more items, but I'm going to hold off on that until next time. But maybe I'll at least do the run from here to the other area so I can get the key I wanted to get earlier. But I do want to get some other things first before I get off for the night, because it's actually getting late. But I'll still do a little bit more of this, I guess. Okay, yeah, I'm also heavy rolling, or not heavy rolling, excuse me. I'm doing that, so I'm actually going to equip the sword for now. I'm not going to really be doing too much combat right now. Not going the right way would be a good start to actually be better. Here we go. I guess I can go fight the boss of this area. It's not really hard, it's just a matter of whether it actually behaves itself. And I'll probably have enough souls to get the item I want. So I'll probably do that, I guess. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to be inappropriate. There's actually an item you can get on one of the turns, but it actually does permanently aggro enemies, so I don't bother with it anymore. It's not even a good item. It's just a generic soul item that's not even really worth much. Speaking of worthless and useless, can I kill this dude in one hit? No. Well, they do actually drop an item that I will need, so I will have to kill them. I hope I get the shield, though. I think that's what... There's actually a merchant that can drop a shield, or one of the items that these dudes drop, but you can't get the... What are we... Oh, fuck. I died. Oh, fuck. I gotta put out. I don't know if that effect actually stays when you quit out. I haven't really have that tested. What time is it? Okay. Yeah, quitting out actually really helps. Just don't do it online when you're... Well, you can't even do it online when you're being invaded, because the game actually locks you out of that. Which is fair, I guess. Like I said, in Dark Souls 2, the enemies actually do retain their positions, but they also retain their health, so if you want to be a cheeky motherfucker when it comes to farming what items you want, you can technically do that. Actually, we're doing it in the PS4 version because duping items on anything besides Xbox... Or actually, no. On Xbox 360 it's easy to do, on PS4 it's super easy to do. I think that's the one that you can get normally, so I'm fucked. Well, I think there's another one you can kill later. But at least it's one less thing to buy, because it is actually pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. And there's another one right here anyway, so I might have a better shot. Okay. I'm not gonna put the armor on yet, because it's actually pretty heavy, and I don't feel like, putting on that armor set. Not right now, anyway. Maybe later. Smash the tree is obviously moving. I think you can lock onto it too, or if you can't, it's so suspicious looking. These things actually can clip through the floor, but they do have a pretty good drop rate of green blossoms, which essentially makes your stamina recover quickly, so they actually are worth killing, believe it or not. Alright, you're dead. Nice frame job there, but I guess it's just because of the effects, so I won't be too harsh for now. I actually came here because there's actually a ring I wanted to get, and There's actually one more of these big dudes that can try to kill to get their shield, I guess. If I got their sword, then, well, shit. Here we go. And I actually have just enough to get the crest, so I'm actually going to go unlock the door. Oh yeah, killing these two dudes is also good too because they actually can drop clumps, and particularly the blooming ones, which is important for Light Town, aka 15 frames per second city. But no problem. All right. I keep getting purple moss clumps. Oh yeah, this game also does the thing where every time you get a new item, it actually gets added to your inventory, and there's no way to disable it. I find it to be extremely obnoxious. I know it's a thing that Demon Souls did, but it's like, there should have been a fucking toggle for it. I'm sorry. Like, such a basic game mechanic would not be that hard to implement, but somehow people to create is like this new thing that's like hot shit when it's really not. Well, I digress. Alright, let's go ahead and buy the key from him. You can also get it by killing him, but we're not going to do that, obviously, because that'd be, well, stupid. The only time you should kill him is if you're going for a very specific build or you're about to beat the game, because in New Game Plus, well, it's basically New Game Plus, so everything comes back anyway, so if you want to carry the New Game Plus, it's no shame in going New Game Plus of Sin, I guess. Alright, let's go fight a boss. I also need to get an item there too. I'm actually going to go through here at another time. I'm not going to go through here right now, but I'm going to at least unlock the door. It's actually a very specific route I want to take. I don't feel like taking it right now. Go summon, what's this character's name? Witch Beatrice. And hopefully her pathfinding won't fuck up as I go up the stairs. It shouldn't be, because I pretty much killed every enemy here, so she should have no problem coming up here. Oh my god, you're summoning. Well, who cares? The worst that happens is losing gamer cred and losing 25% souls from the boss. I really don't fucking care. I also don't have that many range options anyway, so I don't fucking care. I will, however, at least have my shield out so I can at least block something. I hope I don't get shitty RNG as I do this. That was really shitty RNG. Slightly worse, but not too bad. Yay. I do like how From Software actually patched back in the "you defeated" message, because I believe it said victory achieved, but I guess people really like the horrible English. So that is actually one thing I do wish that Dark Souls Remastered had. We could change the message. I think it's also the same for the Japanese version of Bloodborne, where it said you hunted or something, but they didn't do that. I guess it just said something else. Oh well. Alright, let's go back and I technically have to get items from the boss, the gargoyles, and also gotta free that dude, I guess, so I'll do that, I guess. Also gonna upgrade the Reinforced Club if I want like a lighter option for combat. Yes, I'll go with the Divine Ember. Alright, 7. Modify weapon and go. Oh yeah, I gotta upgrade this too. I forgot. +3. Alright, make this into a +5. Have to find a green shard for later. And it's off to the races again. Alright. Yeah, I'll just, like, wrap up this area, I guess. I like how that barrel did any damage. What the fuck? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this area. I'm actually gonna get off in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna see if I can at least get some of the items from the Gargoyle boss, which apparently you can actually not kill the second one, and you can essentially have a seemingly infinite number of chances to get the items that you want. But I'm going to try to get all 4 of them. The tail, which you need because all tail cuts are required for that shit, and his gear, which is the helmet, the shield, and his actual weapon. And not the tail axe, and I fucked up. And he didn't drop shit. Good job. Loser. And you're probably wondering, oh, why don't you fight the boss now? Because I don't want to. I also need to free up what's-his-face and get a sunlight medal. And I also have to have the other dude so that I can get another sunlight medal. So there you go. At least they're gonna pack some real punches. At least their running attack is really good now, so I can basically destroy anything in my path, I guess. It's not, like, annoying. Use the mystery key. Why, thank you for freeing me, but I don't have anything right now, so please come back later. Or dial after the tone. Tone went to get milk, and it crackled, and never came back. Cackled milk is like fucking disgusting, by the way. Actually makes me want to vomit. We can't actually collect that yet. I usually hold off on collecting those until we get this fucker. I hope I still have extra humanity luck, because I actually need it for the crows. Okay. I might as well kill what's his name, I guess, and get the peculiar doll. Hey look, more assholes. It's what's his name? Ow. Fuck. Well, fuck. Alright, I got his shield. And yes, the fucking cheeky undead actually sets up that fucking thing up there again, so you do have to be careful. I guess I could try fighting the boss, though. I only have like 5,000 souls, so I guess if I die I don't really lose much of it, but if I do die, I'm still gonna be fucking annoyed anyway because I'm basically wasting time. You get the peculiar doll war, it all began. I like to think that this is actually a second version of this area, and you have like items that are shared between the two versions of this fucking area. I imagine From Software is so creatively bankrupt that they have to have a second version of the Undead Asylum. I'm just gonna be honest. But alright, time for the bullshit. Yeah, this enemy is fucking... or, sorry, not enemy. This boss is bullshit. Okay, I am doing good damage. So that's good. Just gotta watch out for corners and that one move where, like, he fucking hits the side of the wall and creates an explosion in front of his garage. It's fucking retarded. I hate it. It's actually worth killing because you do get a slug. Let's just tail's an actual fucking hitbox. I mean, you don't have a tail cut, unfortunately, so it is of no use. Oh, I actually managed to not die. Oh, fuck. Fuck you, fucking piece of shit. Learn how to play the game. And I got a homework done. I guess you're meant to go back or whatever. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to use that. Whatever. Fucking auto-equipped or whatever. I don't care. Well, I at least have an extra one for whatever. But I still legit did not mean to use it. Okay. Well, I guess I'll probably get off then. I'm getting tired, it's late, and it was actually pretty productive, so I'll be completely honest. So, you have my thanks. But now I think it's time to wrap it up. I'll probably do this again if people want, otherwise I'll just make progress off session. Alright.